Morning, Baltimore. Every day's like an open door. Da-da-dee-da-da-dee-da-dee.
John
Suki,
Waters,
Suki.
how are
Hello,
you?
Suki. Suki, you know why I'm singing Good
What?
Morning, Baltimore?
The great Nikki Blonsky. We're talking about hairspray.
Tracy Turnblatt's joining us.
Tracy Turnblatt.
How great was that movie?
John Waters, of course, that's a love letter to his hometown of Baltimore.
Yeah.
And John Waters, for all of that, is just one of those people that lives life on his own terms. So it's really good to see him. Okay, we got Suzanne Richards saying, hello.
I'm sharing up, Duke. I'm just
Julie,
sharing up.
John P. Wilson, Julie Gerona.
Who?
Julie Gerona.
Julie
Lisa
Gerona?
Lafreniere. Roxy
I love when you post an accent.
Elizabeth Ramirez. Barbara Irwin. Shameen Dominguez.
Shameen, is this her birthday again?
Not again. Valerie Brzezinski, Beverly Harrison, Terry Tolley Smith, and Liano Engelbrecht. And
so how about Rick Johnson from Ozark, Missouri? My favorite
Rick,
show.
I've never been to Missouri.
Ozark, Sook.
Ozark. Huh? That's your show, Ozark. I would love to get Rick on the show.
Suki, I don't want to bask in all of our glory, but, we're coming off a tremendous show last night.
Tremendous.
With Joan London.
The great Joan London.
Fantastic segment from the Weatherman, Phil Paz, the great Joan London.
The great Joan London.
Joan London.
Joan London.
Phil Paz singing with a spectacular turn, singing some songs. Lois Jackson from Ohio. And Suki, we follow that up tonight with another amazing program. Nikki Blonsky, who captured the world's heart and imagination when she played Tracy Turnblatt on the movie Hairspray.
Turnblatt. I love that. Hairspray is one of those, it's kind of like up there with Grease for me. Yeah, I don't know about you. Phenomenal. It's definitely up there.
Phenomenal. And look at the cast. We'll talk to her about it. But you had Travolta, Jerry Stiller was in that movie, right? Zac Efron, Michelle Pfeiffer,
She got to kiss Zac Efron.
Yeah, she kissed Zac Efron. And not only that, Suk, but also tonight, Michael Harrison. This guy's from AGT. He does ventriloquism. Going to blow you away.
It's like what I do with Eric. Hello, Eric. Eric, say hello, Eric. Everybody wants to know, make sure that
everybody loves Eric.
Eric, say there he is.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen.
He's sweeping right. Look at him.
Boy, you talk about an organic show, huh?
You know what? Eric's turned into like one of those characters on the show now. Like he's like,
Oh my goodness.
People actually think Eric clean. Yesterday, I wasn't feeling so good, Scotty. I gotta say.
Right.
I was coming off. You're right, Eric. On the rare occasion,
but you know what, Suk? You're a professional, and nobody knew you weren't feeling okay.
No, but you know what I was when you don't sleep from the night before, you and I know because we work crazy shifts. Like some days you could sleep, some days you can't sleep, and you can't catch up in the day for the sleep that's lost. And so Eric tried to keep up with the house. He really did. But then I had to pick up the pieces, ladies and gentlemen.
You know what's funny, Suki, on that vein? And I know all guys go through this. I power washed my patio yesterday.
Can I have pictures of what the deck looks like?
I'm gonna send you pictures, but there was so much moss, and we got rid of all the moss in the cracks, right? So today we're doing the sanding where you put the sand in the cracks and you got to sweep it in. So my wife comes across one little piece of moss in the crack. One little piece. So there's 8,000 stones. One little piece. She bends up. She's got a. She says, "You didn't do such a great job." I'm like, you know what? How about I kick you out and I bury you in the backyard?
Eric was laughing. Eric, come here really quickly. Really quickly. Just say something.
Eric, say something for God's sake.
Say something. I'm giving up on you. Can you say something?
Eric? Where is he? Can he?
But it's so true. You're right. It is very true because you know what? He does so much every day, and I'm so grateful to have married a man like that. But there is that one moment where you're like, God.
You know what? I went this high. I could have gone this high, but I didn't. I'm still this high.
Eric, are you listening to this?
Suki,
who made you cocktails today?
we go from hero to zero.
Yeah.
Hero to zero in 2 seconds. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Scott, Betsy Hawkins Baseman from Ohio. Pim Jackson from Seattle.
Seattle, Washington.
Paula Giordano Borghesi Basile.
Hey.
She wants to know. Paula wants to know, where did you get your haircut, Scotty?
Paula, I cut my hair myself, babe. I got it down. Don't even need the haircut person anymore.
Lynn Peelers from South Carolina, Scotty. Debbie Hollinger said, "Did I hear cocktails?" Yes, you did, Debbie.
Suk, tell everybody where you are before the show.
I actually saw some of my girlfririends. I couldn't believe it.
Right.
From a distance, like 6 feet away.
But what wasn't far from you was a glass, I assume.
I was sitting on a patio. On my rocker.
Right.
And then my girlfriend, my husband, was very kind. I hadn't seen anybody in like 4 weeks. Eric was like, besides work and stuff. 6 weeks. Eric said 6 weeks. So I think I was losing my, I needed to find connection. So I did. Besides the connection that we have socially.
Every night from 7 to 8, Suki, we're connecting with the world.
Myers Alexander says, "Does Eric like it when you wheeze?" The world likes it, Myers.
Yeah. The world, when Suki laughs, we laugh with her. Don't you forget that. Suk, I got a couple of listen, while you're in a good mood, you're laughing. I got a couple oh no, what did I do?
You're gonna go there with me, aren't you, tonight?
No, I got a couple of signs for you, a couple little memes.
I saw the sign and it opened up my eyes. I saw the sign with Suki and Scott.
I love when you sing the theme song. Here's the first one. Milk jug mask, full and complete with a drink spout.
I like that. Eric, look at that. We were talking about how we're going to drink. This is funny. Let's make it.
There you go. Look at that.
You really think about how are you going to go out and eat? My mother was saying, how am I going to eat? I'm like,
Well, you can't really fit food in there unless you're a
hot dog.
Or a hot dog. You are correct. Hold on. Let's see what we got next. Here's the Mona Lisa.
Look at the Mona Lisa. Look at the Mona Lisa. Eric, come here. That was March. This April.
You can get Mona Lisa. There you go. Seems like everybody's hair these days, right?
I know. Or losing your mind. Exactly.
Yeah. All right. How do I get back to it now? Did I just screw that up?
Paula needs our advice. Paula, I'm curious to know what you need your advice.
Hold on. Suki, this is good for your new show. Online dating, the expectation versus the reality. Oh, man.
You know the one thing that I realized? Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
After a half hour trying to figure out this crazy haircut, I realized the guy's standing in front of a coconut tree.
That's so funny.
And that looks like his hair, right?
I thought it was his hair, but it's the coconut tree. That's pretty funny.
Oh, that's great.
I'm going to tell you something. Scott, Chris Jacobs. Scott looks like he got a fresh puppy cut. What the hell?
Oh, baby. I cut my own hair. I am getting good at it.
Speaking
Chris
of hair Jacobs, we have things to say to you. Can we talk about how popular our show has gotten? I mean,
well, listen, it's so popular. You got these superstars like Nikki Blonsky coming on last night, Joan London and Phil. Somebody needed our advice on something. Nikki's in the green room. She's going to join us in about 5 minutes.
Yeah, our girl wanted to know.
What she need?
I don't know. I don't know which. I would like her to like.
Here, I'll put it up. You can put it up on the screen. Look at that.
Debbie Hollinger, what are you talking about? Is it Debbie Hollinger? People help. I need advice. All right, Paula. We're here for you. Hey, Paula.
I want to marry you.
Oh, I love that song.
We have people watching. Oh, look at this. Irene Cook from Western Australia tonight, Suki. What? Isn't it already like Friday in Australia? What's today? I don't even know.
Hi, Suki. I'm enjoying the two of you. You guys are so real. Suki, no more Jesse on TLC. He was a dud. I agree.
Suki,
Tom.
We have a very special guest with us tonight. And before I bring her in, I just want to play a clip because, she stole our hearts, Suk.
Here's Paula's question.
What is it? Before we do that, go ahead.
My hubby's retirement dinner was supposed to be tomorrow night. Canceled.
Right.
We are moving. So, okay.
That's the advice she needed, Suki?
What's the advice, Paula?
Paula, I'm appalled. So
what should you do? What should you do to celebrate your husband? I say put out do a drive-by with all of his friends. There's all this thing. There's also this thing called tribute.com. If you go to it, tribute.com, you could send links to your friends. Mm-hmm. I'm not being paid by them. I'm doing this for my daughter's birthday. And you can send it to your families, and they can actually record a video message.
Okay.
And then you play it like a greeting card with all your friends. It could be long with music, pictures, whatever you want. They can actually edit it for you. So I think that's a good thing. We're moving to Florida, so we want to give him a retirement parade. Do it.
Do the parade.
Do it with the tribute.com. Have a little video montage too.
All right, Suki, before we bring in our first guest, I want to just get everybody pumped up for our girl, Tracy Turnblad, Nikki Blonsky. Good morning, Baltimore. Baltimore. Oh, baby, what a great movie. Let's bring her in, ladies and gentlemen. There she is. Hey! Nikki, how are you?
I'm good. I'm really well, thanks.
Look at you, huh? How old were you in that movie?
Hello, Nikki.
I'm not trying to sound. Hi. How are you?
Good.
Nikki, are you on the spin cycle or on the dry cycle? Where the hell are you right now? What are you doing?
Are you in the laundromat?
Hairspray. It's like Edna's laundry in here. I just realized that. Hairspray, it always comes full circle.
It does, and it's cool. It's cool. I love you. I'm sitting in my kitchen. Scotty actually has like an area in his house, and I only have like one area in my kitchen that's mine.
Is that what's her name?
That's my daughter, Shyla.
Hi, Shyla.
She comes in all the time.
If you would have joined us earlier on each and every show, it's about 7:02. Suki's husband's in the back cleaning up the kitchen.
I saw. She's
got it.
I was like, I have to find somebody to do that for me.
Oh, really? Bring them in. Bring them in. I want to see everybody.
Oh, no. I mean, like, I need to literally find.
What's wrong with you, Suki? Nick, how's it going? How you doing?
It's going well, you guys. It's going well. It's been it's an interesting time, but I'm actually enjoying the time to myself. I've gotten really creative.
Wow.
Yeah, this whole time. I don't know. It's been really cool. I started a show called Nikki Nights.
Oh, I like that.
Podcast now.
Wow.
And yesterday I've had some amazing guests. It started on Instagram Live with Jonathan Lipnicki. And then I interviewed Carney Wilson and Ricky Lake. Constantine Maroulis, and
We had Constantine on here, sure.
I love Constantine. That's my
Yeah, great.
And so it turned into, I had Rose McGowan, and now I'm getting ready. I just launched the podcast yesterday. It's up on Spotify, everywhere. I use an app called Anchor, and it's really cool.
Yeah, the Anchor app, yeah.
Yeah, and my publicist has been incredible. Hi, Diana. Thank you for everything. She's been like making sure it's posted and on YouTube. She's the brains behind it. I'm just the
Yeah, but it's like a team. Like with Scotty and I, when we decided to do this after we were anchoring on the mornings for so long in New York, we just decided, like, you know what? We can't let this whole thing kind of stop the flow and the energy. Yeah. We just got to keep it going. And you know what? I think people like the realness of, like, my kids coming in, my husband there, her kid, his kids. This is reality. This is the way we live. This is who we are. And I think it's like a glimpse and a snapshot into why people connect with us in the first place. I don't know if I could say that, but yeah.
Well, yeah, it's a level of authenticity, and you're just being real, and you're being yourself. I was interviewing Stephen Galanis, the CEO of Cameo.
Wow.
For my podcast. Yeah, because I find his story fascinating, and how he started this company and left his job at LinkedIn and has now created this just forget it. They're going on their millionth Cameo. That's what he was crazy about today. And literally, my dog is barking. My father's walking in and out. I'm like,
Nick, I did a cameo for a girl for her birthday in Canada. I think I was cameo number 800,222.
I know. I think I added it up today. It was like, it says how many, and it's like 3,500. Wow. I don't even know. Wow. It's been really fun. I have like a bunch to go do now. It's been really cool. I sing in all of them. I do. You Can't Stop the Beat. Why not?
Oh, Nick, give me a little of that,
please. Come on, I want to hear it.
Go ahead. Come on.
You can stop an avalanche as it races down the hill. You can try to stop the seasons, girl, but you know you never will. I mean, it's just so fun.
I love it.
Can I ask you a question? So if they go to cameo.com and put your name in, then they can get a birthday wish, right?
Yeah.
Or whatever they want.
Cameo? Suk, you're not on Cameo?
No.
Oh my God, I'll give you my referral code. You have to go on. It's so cool.
Okay, you're a
really?
Oh, even
I'm just a regular person. What are you talking about?
So am I, but apparently some people want to hear what I have to say. Who knows, Suki, at this point?
I think, Nick, my cameos are like $10.
Oh, mine, Scott, were like 20. And then I was like, I'm really doing like a full, like I'm singing from a platinum recording album, like maybe it should be 30. Like, so, I mean, literally, I just started doing, I don't know what possessed me, but somebody reached out and they said they had like, somebody had gotten sick or whatever in their family. And it was awful. And it said, like, I really need an epic cameo to cheer them up. Oh no, somebody had COVID-19. That's what it was. And I felt awful. And I did a whole Hairspray mega mix. Like I went from Good Morning Baltimore into You Can't Stop the Beat into Without Love. It was a whole thing. And it like they wrote back and they were like, oh my God, she cried. And I was like, it's been accomplished.
Nick, I got to ask you, about Hairspray, because we've never had you on before. And I when my daughter, who's 19 now, when that came out, we watched it 1,000 times, saw it in the movie, got the DVD. Is the wash ready? I heard a ding go off.
Yes. I started a show. Have you guys heard about the show called The Quarantine Show?
Right.
It's a show called The Quarantine Show. Spencer Garrett put it together, myself, Willie Garson, and it's a whole show of actors. And we do it on Zoom. We film it. Jerry, our director, we have a whole thing. We have scenes. It's improv. It's so
really
fun. And we're giving all of the donations are going to the SAG After Fund, for COVID-19.
COVID-19, yeah.
Disaster relief. And so we're literally giving our paychecks to it. So literally the first scene that I did, my dryer goes off. I'm like,
but Nick, you were, when that movie came out, right? I mean, there's so many huge celebrities in that movie, right? I mean, you had Travolta, Zac Efron, Michelle.
You're making out with Zac Efron.
I mean, right? You shot a spitball, you landed on an Oscar winner.
Yeah, I mean, Jerry Stiller, who just passed away last week, was in that movie. Queen Latifah, Britney Spears. When you start in that movie, I mean,
I always just want to say this. Like, I always feel extra special because I got a scene with every player in that movie.
Yeah.
So great. Jerry didn't have a scene with a lot of people, but John and I had that scene with him. So when that happened the other day, I was heartbroken, crying, but I felt just so blessed to have that scene.
Yeah. Here's a couple shots of
John Travolta. What did you like? I'm like, John Travolta is like an icon on so many levels to all of us, right? Like Scotty and I grew up in that generation where John Travolta was like the man. He was like the guy. He was like everything.
I mean, Saturday Night Fever for me, that's it.
Don't touch the hair.
Don't
touch the hair.
I mean, there was a point in time when I was dancing. We were in that dress that he's wearing, and I was in a matching one. And I remember being out there at about 4:00 in the morning on a slicked down street in Toronto. And I remember looking at John and I said, I am dancing with Danny Zuko.
Yeah, that's wild, right?
What did he say to you? He's like, no, darling, not Danny Zuko. Danny Zuko in a dress.
We never really talked about, him and Michelle talked about Grease a little bit because we had John and Michelle. So
yeah, she was in too.
Yeah. But I mean, he's, like I like to say about myself, there's many layers to that onion. And, there is. And Danny Zuko and Tony Manero are just
iconic
human being that man is.
Iconic.
Vinnie Barbarino too, right?
Vinnie Barbarino. Welcome back.
Nick, what was life like for you when that movie came out and you became like an instant, you were like America's sweetheart, superstar?
It was, everybody thought it was overnight, which is a big misconception. Like my audition was like, oh gosh, it ended up being a 6-month period.
Wow.
Of just going back. So, it wasn't just like, hey, you came in on Tuesday and here's the job. No, it was go back. So it was a lot of but the press made it seem like it was overnight. So it kind of did feel that way with me too, because I woke up the night after I got it for my senior prom, because I had my senior prom the next day.
Really?
Yeah, Hairspray. There's a video online. Hairspray. It's you just type in on YouTube. Nikki Blonsky finds out she got the part, and it's me in Cold Stone falling off the chair, and
Right. You were working there, right?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, that's great.
And who doesn't love Cold Stone?
I mean, it's one of those things. I feel awful though, because on my podcast today, I talked about how last night I committed a felony and I went to Carvel.
I love Carvel. I grew up with Carvel. My father used to take me for Wednesdays, buy one, get one free. Sundays.
At your participating Carvel store.
That is my childhood too. I mean, like Saucers. I mean, Fudgy the Whale. Yeah. I mean, come on.
Carvel
Long Island nights at it's 78 degrees. It's nice out. Everybody's waiting online around Carvel. I
had a boyfriend that worked for Carvel once. I was like, God, he's so hot. Look at him. He's going to give me free ice cream all summer long. I think
look at what you ended up with now, Sue.
Really, really. No, I looked at it. I'm like, look at my butt all the time. I'm like, look at all that Carvel from when I was 18 on.
By the way, Sue, when folks ask us because some people have closed captioning on their phones.
Okay.
It doesn't come from us. And people always ask me to take the closed captioning down, but I just want to let you guys know that's on your phone. I don't have closed captioning
Oh my
on
God.
the show.
Okay.
Like, that's not my job.
It's not my job, and it ain't my problem.
Okay, so we have people from joining us that aren't from the tri-state area. So they're like, what's Carvel?
What's Carvel? Don't even say it, Sue.
Yeah,
Poor unfortunate souls.
yes, so they're like, what's Carvel? So Carvel, I guess, is an ice cream chain.
Yeah, it's like Dairy Queen.
It's like Dairy Queen, yeah. It's like Dairy Queen. They have like flying saucers. They have like all these iconic things. The crunchies that they put in the cake between the
birthday cakes,
and vanilla.
Business.
Yeah.
With the chocolate crunchies. Best
My favorite is like vanilla soft. I love their fat-free vanilla soft serve with just peanuts and some sprinkles and crunchies.
I like crunchies, hot fudge. I do. I'm like, there's this guy Mo who's by our Carvel. My kids know him, so every Sunday, like I tried to keep these traditions going in my own kids' lives. So I saw the Carvel. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna keep going. So I ended up going certain days. I could go Wednesday with my son. And anyway, Eric, my husband, works a lot, so Sundays he usually has off. So we'd go to Carvel. And so we ended up making our friends with Mo, who's the general manager of the Carvel. Hey, Mo! So Mo hooks us up, like the Carvel down in Glenville, Connecticut. I mean, it's like everything for us. Anyway, that's what Carvel is, guys.
By the way, Trey, I'm calling you by your name and hairspray.
Oh, good. Hey, it's
Tracy Turnblad. Can you No, well, I had three things in my head at once. By the way, James Marsden was also in that movie, and he's right now one of the stars of one of the hottest shows on Netflix, right? Dead to Me. He's in Dead to Me.
Yeah.
But now you grew up in
every day. I used to eat lunch with Jimmy all the time.
Oh, really? Oh,
really?
Something funny. This is a little behind the scenes story.
Go ahead.
The girls used to torture Jimmy because we all used to wear headbands a lot, right? And we would all take them, right? These are my sunglasses, but this is what we would do. We'd take our headbands and put them in front of our eyes and walk around like this. Cyclops and X-Men.
Yeah.
He was like, oh boy. Jimmy, he would just roll those gorgeous eyes of his.
Yeah, he's a good
He's
looking.
the best. I love that.
He was Corny Collins, right? Was he
Corny Collins?
Yeah.
He
Corny.
was.
The Corny
I feel
Collins
like the
show.
song Beautiful Soul was written about Jimmy. I swear.
And he's so good on Dead to Me right now. And what a great show. Suki, are you watching Dead to Me? You better get on that.
You know, Scotty, I haven't gotten on all of your Ozark. I haven't gotten on Ozark. I haven't done it. I'm just working on The Crown right now. And then I saw Mindy Kaling's show because I am Indian. So I saw like the Never. Have you seen that? Never Have I Ever?
No, but I heard today. I just read that she's writing the Legally Blonde 3.
She's writing Legally Blonde 3. Yeah. So
I love a good sequel or the third one. That's epic.
What is the third one called? It's not the prequel. It's not the sequel. It's not the
post.
I don't know. Platinum.
NyQuil. Suki, it's the NyQuil.
Yeah, NyQuil.
You know what's a crazy story? Marissa Winokur. She was started. She had your part in Hairspray on Broadway, right?
Yes.
As it turns out, Marissa Winokur, my grandma. I never met her before, but my grandmother, my dad's mother, was married a second or third marriage to her grandfather.
That's weird.
Isn't that wild? So when she was a little girl, we were once at her family's house in Westchester. A beautiful house. They live right on the backside of Fred Gwynne, the guy who played Herman Munster. But Marissa Winokur went on to big things. She played in Hairspray, the musical. And my grandmother's last name was Winokur because she married her grandfather. Never met the girl in my life. She wouldn't know me if she hit me with her car. But we were somewhat related, I guess you could say.
Huh.
There's this like weird, there's that whole like 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon thing. I feel there's a lot of that with Hairspray.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that. Hey, look, I got the opportunity to work with some incredible people. It was the time.
You kissed Zac Efron. Well, I know people have talked about that forever and ever and ever, but Zac Efron is kind of like this.
You mean I fell on his lips? All right.
But you fell on his lips and then you had to hold on tight, like,
my wife and daughters love Zac Efron, boy.
I'm really surprised that I did not have to join the witness protection program. I'm not kidding. Don't know. Traveling the world with that man is a full contact sport.
Is it really is it, I don't know what it's like to be a celebrity, like on that level, like that crazy. I can't even imagine, like, you can't walk outside of your front door, meet your friends, have a conversation. I feel bad for them.
In Italy, we could not leave our front door of our hotel. We had to go out we had to take the freight elevator down, like where they bring all the laundry and stuff, take the freight elevator down to the kitchen, go through the back of the kitchen through a hole in the wall that led out to the McDonald's next door. And that's where we would meet our cars.
Wow.
There were just thousands of screaming fans for as far as the eye can see.
Like the Beatles.
Yes, it was like the second coming, of like the Beatles or it was insane.
Yeah, and that was after High School Musical,
right?
1 and 2.
Yes. And you know what? He's such a great guy. I've never shared this story before, but one of my favorite things about Zac is his humility and his kindness. We were sitting there one night and we were having dinner on an outdoor patio in Toronto, and these kids came over and they're, Zac, oh my God, they're freaking out. And he goes, yeah, sure, I'll take a picture. They asked for pictures. And he goes, I'm sitting there having dinner with my mother, and he goes to take a picture, and I hear, Nick, come here. And he goes, guys, you don't know her yet. He goes, but she's about to star in the biggest movie of the summer. You're going to want to get her picture and autograph.
Oh my God.
It's kind of like says, it's kind of like what Scott says when we go out. No. I mean, not to be, I think that kind of humility. I mean, we've interviewed so many celebrities, right? They walk in and it's like, some are hit or miss, Yeah. And I feel like the real good ones have that in their core. It exudes out. And for you, how did you feel at that moment that he validated you? Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't seen him in a few years, so he better not have changed. Because I would have to I would hate to just have to mashed potato it out of him, I mean, he's a great guy. And so I said to him, how could you be this gorgeous and this kind? I said, that's annoying. Like, he's just great.
Did you see him in that Baywatch remake?
Oh, you bet I did. I watched it on an airplane and I died laughing. I love me some Dwayne Johnson.
The Rock. Who's got abs like The Rock and Zac Efron? I mean, come on.
What was that other movie where he played? He played. It was like a love affair. It was like one of those movies where he was. He came back from the army. No, he came back. He's a veteran.
Oh, yes.
Schilling, is it?
Yes.
Yeah, beautiful blonde from Orange Is the New Black.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
I mean, speaking of prison movies, I can't say exactly what the name of the movie is, but I'm really excited. I'm starting a new movie.
Nice. Go ahead.
Yeah, I can't say the exact name of the title, but I can't wait, and I'm really, really excited. And
prison movie?
Huh?
It's a prison movie?
It has something to do with the legal system. And let's just say I'm not on the best end of it. So it's really cool. There's a lot of fun projects out there right now. People are being really creative, and I'm really enjoying it. I just started writing my book yesterday.
Ooh. Tell me about that. Tell me about that. How did you feel about being approached to write a book? Like, did you
They
feel
didn't
like
approach me? I just decided.
Just started writing,
to
Sue.
do it. That's what I have to say, Suki.
you're the girl? You go, Nikki. You go.
All you need is a keyboard. That's all you need.
Right.
Just a
I
keyboard.
got a new laptop I literally one day on Cameo, I was like, I'm just going to buy a new laptop. I bought a new laptop and I've just been typing my little life away.
Well, you know what? You know what's so interesting, because I feel like you resonate with so many people. Your story. I mean, like I this is, I feel like I'm not a cookie cutter person, right? I was in New York television. I didn't really fit like the typical news girl. I didn't look like the typical news girl. I didn't fit all the parameters. I didn't check all the boxes. But I kind of I made my way, and I was able to.
What I always say is, people can say anything they want, but they can't shoot down talent.
True.
If it's there, it's there. It's in black and white.
True, and but I think now more than ever, as we sit here and dealing with COVID and everything like that, I think there's so many people that have so much you're really introspective. You're really delving deep into like, well, what is this that I want to put out into the world? Does it have meaning? Is it going to have real effect? Can I change I always say, like, if you can change one person, just one thought, one idea, that's enough. You did your job for the day. So I was curious about that.
I mean, like I always say, look, if one person watched Hairspray or something that I did and smiled today.
Your story, wanting to write it down and document it, Nikki.
I wanted to, because my story is the ultimate story of the underdog. Tracy is very much the underdog, but Nikki, was always counted out. I was never picked first for sport in school. I was tortured in school for my weight. It was miserable. I tell the story of this girl came up to me in high school after I got Hairspray and had already reached, this level of success with the film. And she came up to me in the hallway because I was back there doing something for the high school, because I always go back.
Right.
And she said, can I have a picture with you? And this is somebody, we went to school together, her and I. She was my age. She said, can I have a picture with you? Oh my God, I'm such a big fan of Hairspray. And I was like, thank you. And I looked at her and I said, can I be real with you for a minute? And she said, yeah. And I said, in high school, that camera would have been thrown in my face. Who are you kidding?
Yeah.
I said, but I'd be more than happy to take a picture with you now, because hopefully you've grown.
Yeah. I mean, can I tell you something? I went to my 25. Yeah. I think it's interesting because our perception of ourselves, right? We have like this deep, I think when you're the underdog, you always have this deep belief in your ability to succeed and your ability to be seen. You fight so hard for other people to see you the way you see yourself, right? What I'm curious about, like, because kids nowadays, like I see it with my own children, I don't know if they have that kind of fight, because so much of it is online. So much of it is on, like,
I agree.
It's so hard. And I worry about my children, because I was always like that kind of like, all right, you don't like me, but you know what? I'm going to figure it out. Like Scotty always says, like, I'm going to make you like me. I'm going to break down that wall. Like Scotty always teaches me, like, you just kind of break down people's levels and then you connect on a different level.
That's it.
As a kid, I remember I didn't have any time to be on social media. I really didn't, or anything, or even video games. I think I've picked up a controller once in my life.
So you were playing Mario like this?
No, I think the only thing I had was a Nintendo 94. That's aging me. I mean, I didn't have time. I played softball for 9 years.
We had Atari, so you're not aging. You're not aging.
Little Pong action.
Tamagotchi, but that was it. That was it. That's where I capped off, and everything else was spent singing and doing my high school shows and working the part-time job at Cold Stone and babysitting. And I was all over the place. I was a maniac, but I was having fun.
Is it your parents that made you believe in yourself? Was it your, like, what is it about you that dug deep? Because you didn't check all the boxes. Like, you didn't check all the boxes when you're walking into a room.
I missed those boxes like Seabiscuit on a bad day. Are you Come on. No, Suki.
No, but what I'm saying is, like, what made you confident enough to say, you know what, I'm going to fight this fight. I'm going to walk into that room. I'm going to hold my head up high, and I'm going to continue to take dance classes and voice classes. And I'm going to go after what was that fire that you had at 14 or 12, whatever it was that you had, because you couldn't have gotten to the level that you did when you did if you didn't have that fire at 8, 9, and 10, you know?
For sure. I credit that to, I definitely credit my family for sure. My grandmother, and my uncle, he was everything to me. But I also credit it to, and of course, my parents. And my parents never made me feel bad for being plus size. I was always welcomed and loved and shown, affection and told that I was beautiful. So that never was even a question in my mind. Was that, should I be comfortable? I'm always going to be comfortable, whether I'm heavy or whether I've lost weight, because my soul doesn't change. My heart is the same. So I learned that as a young kid, and that's helped me get through life. But also my mentor, Dr. Levy. I mean, this woman single-handedly sat there and taught me the score of Carmen in high school when I played Carmen. I mean, the patience. I mean, because I don't read sheet music that well. So she helped me, and she was my mentor, and she taught me the Hairspray soundtrack at the same time for my audition. Wow. And when you have somebody believe in you, that's a teacher that sees talented kids and is a Juilliard trained musician themselves, and they look at you and say, I think you could really do this. Yeah. Then it becomes a little bit more real.
I think you're right. And I think the ones, I mean, I could only speak for myself, and I think your story resonates with me in my heart, because I had a teacher growing up when I was like 13, 14 years old, when I was a freshman in high school, and I was very shy. And believe it or not, I was shy going into freshman year. And she was one of those people that found me and was like, I was always tall and lanky and weird looking, like I always didn't really fit. I grew up in a super Italian Irish neighborhood, and I was the Indian girl. And like, who knew what an Indian girl was?
You're Indian, Suki? What? What?
I'm talking about being Indian back in like 1985. I mean, like high school was 1985 for me. So, I mean, like, for me, I agree. No, but I agree with you. You needed that one person to sort of instill that ability to say, you know what, I count, I matter, I'm real. Yeah. Whatever this is, I can figure this out because I'm smart and I'm talented and I'm curious. And I think that's what I want children to realize, is that if you have curiosity, then you have the intention to create a reality that's bigger than yourself. Because if you're curious, then you want to learn. And if you want to learn, then you want to create. And when you want to create, you want to build upon that to meet the people that will help you rise to those challenges. I don't know.
Well, that's why, somebody was saying to me, you're starting to write a book. And I was like, yeah. And they were like, but why? And I was like, why not? Why not? Anything is achievable. I mean, sometimes I sit and I say to myself, Suki, and Scott, there's like 7 times a day where I'll walk by something in my house, that just screams Hairspray. And I'll be like, that really didn't happen. That's not possible. Are you okay? Should they check your brain? When it just seems so unfathomable, but anything is really possible. And that is my message. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
You know what? And I think so many people are saying, write that book, speak your truth, tell your story.
You only get one shot.
Yeah.
Give me one moment in time.
Or I sing like Eminem, you only get one shot. Do not lose your chance to blow, because opportunity comes once in a lifetime.
You better.
You better.
Nick, before you go finish your laundry there, can you just
Blonsky's laundry?
Yeah. Can you just give me one verse of Good Morning Baltimore?
Yes.
Go ahead, please.
Oh yes. All right. Woke up today feeling the way I always do. Hungry for something that I can't eat. Then I hear that beat, that rhythm of town starts calling me down. It's like a message from high above. Pulling me out to the smiles and the streets that I love. Good morning, Baltimore. Every day's like an open door. Every night is a fantasy. Every sounds like a symphony. Good morning, Baltimore. And someday when I take to the floor, the world's gonna wake up and see Baltimore and Suki and Scott and me.
Hey, Nick, real quick before you go, my wife just walked into the room. She won't come on camera, but in 10 seconds or less, what was it like to kiss Zac Efron? Go ahead.
I like the song says. Well, it's like the lyrics. I never lost that love and feeling, right?
Nikki Blonsky, ladies and gentlemen. Nick, thank you so much.
It's been a hard day's night, and I've been working like a dog. No, I'm kidding. It was a great time. He's a great guy.
Nikki, so we have the pop.
That's my message.
Listen, you sing for amazing. You still sound great.
Well, thank you.
You have the podcast. You will tell us all the things that you're working on, so the fans can there's so many people.
Yeah, so you can go over to my Instagram at Nikki Blonsky. You can find out about Nikki Nights. If you go over to iTunes, Spotify, it's up on YouTube as well. It's free. I want everybody to have access to it, enjoy it. And we have some incredible guests coming up. My 100th episode is coming up, and Lainey Kazan is going to be my guest.
Wow!
No!
Listen, Nick, when you run out of guests, Suki and I are always here. We could.
I would love it. Are you kidding? I'd be honored.
I'd be like, hey, Danny.
On your show. We'll sing on your show.
I would love that. I'd be honored, you guys. Thank you so much. I
Nikki,
enjoy you.
We loved you since the beginning. We're so honored that you could be on the show. Thank you for your truth. Thank you for write that damn book. Write that book.
Well, I will. And can I tell you, Suki, my high school years, like my high school into my early 20s, I spent every morning with you.
Oh, there it is.
I love you.
We watched you in my school. Yes.
Love you. I love you.
I'm much younger. I'm much younger. I didn't join Suki in the morning.
I know.
You know what? But Scotty's the love of my life. I wish I had Scotty for the whole ride, but I only got him for a little bit. But you know what? The end was the beginning, and that's what I look at. And you know what? Like you said, COVID was like the creation, and like Scotty, whatever we started with, we're recreating this. And we're so happy that you could join us, Nikki.
Thank you so much.
Seriously, we love you. We love you. Come back when you write the book.
Yeah.
Oh, you know I will.
Okay.
Take care, sweetie.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye. Wow, that was great, Suk, huh?
That was good. I love that girl.
She should be singing on Broadway. She sounds amazing.
And I think I think she's one of those people that just, she was like in high school when she got Hairspray. Yeah. Can you imagine working with Zac Efron, John Travolta, Michelle Pfeiffer,
Christopher Walken,
Latifah, Christopher Walken. I mean, wow. And she is the star.
Sook, you would think that Nikki Blonsky would be enough for this show tonight, but the entertainment just continues because right now, are you ready for some amazing ventriloquism work?
Like what we do? We talk to each other?
Like what you do with your husband. Yeah. You know, when you sit on your lap, you stick your finger in his rectum and you control his voice.
He wishes.
I want to bring in the great Michael Harrison.
Michael!
How are you, my friend?
I am fantastic. Thank you for making me follow Nikki Blonsky.
Oh, yes. Look, can you sing? Do you sing anything?
No, it's a comedy show, and if I sang, well, yeah, it would be comedy, but she is unbelievable. Hey, it's a pleasure to be on the same show with following her and being with you two. Thanks for inviting me on.
Michael's been on America's Got Talent. He entertains all over the country, all over the world on cruise ships, Sook. And if you've ever seen his, what's the correct term, Michael? Because I keep saying ventriloquism work. Is there another term?
Oh, there's a million. You can describe me as a ventriloquist. I perform ventriloquism, the ventricular art form.
Ventricular. That's what I was looking for.
Ventricular. Not used often in everyday conversation. No, not even by a ventriloquist. If you're in the Netherlands, it's buikspreker. Stomach talker.
How do you say it in German?
From the stomach.
It sounds very German.
You know what? It's either I might be off on that a bit. It's either German or Dutch or a combination of both. Okay. But I don't quote me because I'm neither of the above. So. Other than a buikspreker.
And you know, listen, ventriloquial? I forgot it already.
It doesn't matter anymore. I talk about myself. It's a guy.
Ventricular arts.
Suki, hydroxychloroquine.
Arts.
I can't even say that with my mouth open. Besides,
I know it's crazy. And Michael, I've seen some of your stuff. I saw a bit where you had a guy sit on the stage, and he was the dummy, and you had your dummy in the other hand.
Yes.
Do you call it a dummy, or is that not what you call it?
They prefer if you ask the dummy, they prefer that you don't call them that. But
Scott, what do you prefer?
It makes no difference to me as long as the check doesn't bounce. I will no. You could call it whatever you want. They prefer vent figure, ventriloquist puppet. Vent figure is kind of the traditional one amongst vents.
Vent figure, right?
Vent figure,
and that could be a muppet, a puppet, a hard figure, a soft figure. There's a million different terms for them.
Who do you have with us today?
I have all sorts of things. I actually have the very first puppet I started with. That's kind of cool. You want to see that?
Go ahead.
My very first puppet. Here he is.
Wow, that is cool.
Yeah, no. Person, you talk to yourself, that is a tennis ball. Well, it used to be a tennis ball. It still is a tennis ball, but I slightly customized this when I was 10 years old. That's the age I started talking to myself. I have not stopped since. All I did is I got a tennis ball and I cut a slit right across here. So when I squeeze it, watch what happens. Where are we? There we are. Oh, there we go. Kind of looks like a mouse.
Yeah.
To make this work, what else did I need?
Eyes.
Not fingers, eyes. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, you definitely need some eyes.
Need eyes. Need 2 eyes.
Oh,
okay.
my gosh.
2 eyes. And these are googly eyes. You guys can make kids. We got kids watching. You can make a puppet at home like this. Googly eyes. You can get these at the dollar store for about $1.50.
Wow.
That's the comedy. Put Velcro on the back. Then all you have to do is stick the eyes on the tennis ball. You got a puppet. It's that simple. There he is.
I love this.
What is going on here? Well, we're doing the internet show. Remember, I tell you we're going to be on the internet. We're doing the Scott and Suki show. Yeah, we're doing the Scott and Suki show. Tell Scott and Suki who you are. I'm Mr. Tennis Ball. Yeah, this is Mr. Tennis Ball. He's the first puppet I started with when I was 10 years old. We've been working together on stage ever since. And tell him what you do in our show. I'm a puppet. Yeah. Tell him what you do when you're not in our show. I play tennis. Yeah, that's right. Plays tennis and he's a puppet. He's multi-talented. What do you do in our show? What? What do you do in our show? You don't know what I do in our show? No, I don't have a clue. Why? I'm a tennis ball. Okay, well, concentrate. Concentrate. No, concentrate. Figure out what I'm doing right now. You're a hypnotist. No. A hypnotist puts his audience to sleep. You're very good. Okay, all right. These are the jokes. I mean, never mind. This is how I started. It's so simple. A simple tennis ball launched my career many, many years ago. Been in every show. Oh, we got another friend too. Look, check this guy out. He kind of, well, I don't know if these two really get along very well. I just got to back up here. Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
No, this isn't good. I don't like him.
Why don't you like him?
He hits me too hard.
This is my friend. He's a tennis racket. His name's Spalding. Hello, Spalding. Hello. Yeah. Say hi to the tennis ball. Hello. Yeah. How's that working on?
I don't like this. Turn him away.
But put him in the box. I'm not putting him in the box.
He's on the dark side.
No, he's not. He's okay.
He tried to steal my girlfriend.
He did?
Yeah,
What's your girlfriend's name?
Annette.
Annette, get it?
I gotta explain it. It's not as funny.
It's okay. We go back in the box.
Back in the box.
Okay, there we go.
That's very good. That's good. Simple stuff, man. That's
Very
good.
simple. You don't need a big, fancy, expensive puppet. You can use something very basic, very simple. Anything works. You can get these. These are kind of cool. I get these at the dollar store. They're called peepers. They're just little eyes. You clip them onto your hand like this. Look at this. Move your thumb like this. Oh, yeah, that's good. Yeah. This is good. Yeah. What's going on here? Yeah. You talking to yourself again? Yeah, I'm doing it again. Were you homeschooled? No, I wasn't homeschooled. Look, here's another thing. We added this. It's a fancy oven mitt, rubber silicone oven mitt. You guys have seen these. You get these at cookware store.
Yeah.
Combine the two together like this.
There you go.
Now we got an alligator. This you got to get a real job. No, this is what I do. Not anymore. All right. Nobody's paying. Okay. Nobody's hiring. It's going to come back. I'm telling you, it's going to come back. It's crazy. We were working on cruise ships for the last 25 years. We're like taking the last 2 months off. We're going a little stir crazy, aren't we?
Wow.
We got to get back to work. We have to get back to work.
But you know what? That's so cool because, my daughter just went, oh my gosh, you could create a little puppet. That's awesome because she's a crafter. So she's like, wow, I have that downstairs in the basement. I got that.
This is the great thing. I started when I was a kid. Most ventriloquists that I know started at a very young age. It doesn't matter how old you are. The technique, anyone can learn it at any time. You got to practice, very important, but you don't need to spend thousands of dollars on an expensive ventriloquist figure. Use something simple, something basic. The magic happens when you bring it to life.
Got it. I wish I had a net.
I always wanted to. How long were you on the cruise ship for?
Well, I started in 1995. Very first cruise ship was the Norway, which no longer exists. They ripped it apart on a beach somewhere and sold it for scrap metal.
Wow.
It was a fantastic experience, and I got hooked. And I didn't stop until 2 months ago. I've been performing on cruise ships for 25 years. For the last 20 years, I was a headline act on Disney Cruise Line.
Oh, my, what a great life.
An incredible company to work for.
Wow.
Audiences are unbelievable. And I literally have seen the world via my job as a cruise ship entertainer. It's been fantastic.
That sounds amazing.
Can I just ask you a question, not to make this crazy, but there's so many people has everyone gotten off the cruise lines?
I only know what I'm reading on the internet.
Yeah.
I know all the passengers are finally off, but there's still a lot of crew out there. A lot of friends of mine are stuck on the cruise ships because of the issues with the ships getting the cruise lines getting them off. The CDC saying they can't get off unless they're flying home privately, and it is a mess. If any of my friends are out there on the ships right now, if you're watching, I'm thinking of you guys, and I hope you guys are all home soon.
Yeah. Okay.
Crazy. Mike, do you have any other guests with you?
Oh, who else do I have here? Oh, I got JJ. JJ's here. This will take me just a moment. Let me go get him. He's back here sleeping on the couch.
JJ.
Here we go.
JJ Walker?
I got him. Oh, here we go. Yeah, squeeze in here, buddy. Squeeze in here. Look at this. Oh, yeah. Look at this. Look at this. What is this? Okay. Remember I told you you're going to be a special guest of the show today. Well, all right. You woke me up for this? Yes. Tell them your name, JJ. How do you spell that? JJ. Okay. You were homeschooled. No, I wasn't homeschooled. Don't go there. This is why you're single. Okay, would you? When the puppets and I are alone and no audience is around, the puppets don't talk. Can I say something? Yeah. He's a liar. Okay. He's a nut. All right, stop it. Wait, what is that? What? What is that? What is what? Right there. This? Yeah. That's my hand. Where's the other one? Get that out of there right now. Okay. If there's children, hide their eyes. Okay, come on. Wait a minute. You're a puppet. I don't like that. Okay, it's up to your elbow. Okay. You got a hangnail. Okay, would you please? Where's your watch? It's right there. Thank God. Okay. This is unbelievable. You're unbelievable. Okay. Would you stop?
JJ's having a tough night.
JJ's not having a good day at all. You're a puppet. That's how it works. That's where it goes. Yeah. Oh, my hoo-hoo. No. It's in your back. You got that aim. I do not. Would you please stop? Behave yourself. You're talking to your hand. Okay. You're a nutter. Okay, stop it. JJ, sit down. All right, I'll go down here. I can go down there. Am I going to sit down here all day? Yeah, just sit there. I'll get you later. I'm sorry about that. He was a little out of control.
Good. Good stuff, man. I love it.
This is what he looks like naked. If you guys.
So how many how many characters do you have? Like
in my head or in real life?
In real life. In our heads, we have a lot of characters.
Yeah, this is true. We're all ventriloquists in a weird way.
Yes.
We all talk to ourselves. I have about half a dozen that I would use on a regular basis in my shows, and it all depends on the makeup of the audience. If I'm on Disney Cruise Line, we'll have a 1,000-seat Walt Disney Theater, absolutely full. And that'll be a mix of kids and adults, moms and dads, grandmas and grandpas, all ages, literally from 3 to 103. So I will create the show depending on the audience. I do a lot of corporate events. I'm now doing virtual shows via the internet, just like this. Pretty much anything. I mean, from kids' parties to corporates to I did a golf and country club in New Jersey last night via the internet. So really anywhere that has a feed, that has a device, a computer, we can do shows anywhere now. It's kind of nice. I've been sleeping in my own bed.
Yeah,
it's wild. Right? Michael,
I generally don't. So
when you were doing the cruises for all those years, did you ever miss a midnight buffet or no?
Well, it's interesting. Disney doesn't have a midnight buffet.
They don't do the midnight?
Well, it's at 7:30. It's a little different because everyone's so young. It's funny you mentioned that because I know midnight buffets used to be the thing. I don't think anybody has them anymore.
Really?
There used to be dessert buffets as well. There used to be a midnight dessert buffet where you just replace with chocolate at midnight. That is a bad idea.
Bad idea.
Yeah, I think they're long gone.
Back to all the Disney cruises and all those. I just can't wait to get back to life. Like I always wanted to do that with my children. You know, that was on our bucket list to take them before they got to really enjoy it. You know,
the most amazing experience. It's I mean, if you've been to the parks, a lot of people think that, well, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be the parks out on the ocean. It is not like that at all. It is a cruise line first, and then it's a Disney cruise line second. It is a cruise that you're on, but it has all the amazing Disney touches and all the amazing Disney magic, and nobody does it like Disney. The shows, the entertainment, the food, they are constantly at the top of the cruise line ratings in the Condé Nast Traveler rates them as the #1 cruise line overall in the world in all the categories. You can't beat them. When we're back up and running, and I know we will be soon, book a cruise, get back out there. It's an amazing experience.
And one of the islands is a Disney island, right? That you stop at?
Absolutely. Castaway Cay. It's in the Bahamas. Yeah. It's a Disney island, the most spectacular island you will ever visit. It is pristine and beautiful and in a weird way, very untouched. They only actually developed, I believe it's 1/10 of the island. The rest is still wild. And it's one beach. It's all about relaxation on the island. And I have heard that they are in the works to have a second island.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, the cruise line is growing. There's 3 more ships being built. And so they need a little more room to accommodate all the new guests that will be coming out on the new show.
Donna Fraschetto says, I need a chocolate fountain now to really enjoy it.
Yeah, Michael, listen, man, thanks for coming on. Are there any more characters sitting there with you before we go?
What do we have here? What do we have? That might take a little bit. That was a long. I'll just tell you this. If you are practicing to be a ventriloquist, and I'll just give this real quickly. There's a lot of videos that you can learn quickly. If you practice enough and you get on stage, your ventriloquist alphabet should sound like this. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. If you don't practice, it's going to look more like this. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. You see the difference? It's subtle, but it's there. If you look in the mirror and you see this, you're not practicing enough. You're
not working.
These things.
Scotty, can you do it?
Or you're a Kardashian. I don't know, but
A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
you could be a good ventriloquist on the radio. That would work.
Hey, what's that?
You could be a ventriloquist on the radio.
On the radio. And Michael, people can reach
Edgar Bergen. Here's a little trivia. Edgar Bergen, famous ventriloquist, put ventriloquism on the map for the 20th century. He started ventriloquism on the radio.
Wow.
Isn't that unbelievable? And what was his W's name?
Edgar Bergen and Charlie McCarthy.
Charlie
McCarthy.
Charlie McCarthy. Top hat, monocle, black tuxedo. Yeah.
Funnyguy.ca, Michael Harrison. Michael, thank you so much, my friend.
Thank you guys, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
Listen, when we get back to the cruises and you're out on the cruise ship, you got to come on with us while you're on the cruise.
Oh, how much fun would that be?
Yes.
Yeah.
We can set
hopefully
that up.
It would work. Thank you, my friend. Excellent job, buddy. Take care, my man. Wow, Suk. I love that stuff. I love it.
Hey,
where's my speak out mouthpiece? You need to speak out mouthpiece, Suki. What is A D D D E F D? Wow, he was really good, Suk. That was amazing.
Another great show. Debbie Hollinger said, Suki and Scott, I'll miss you. My beautiful daughter getting married. Crazy courthouse wedding. Night, night. Really, Debbie?
Yeah. All right.
Thanks for the laugh. We need Jeff Dunham next.
Jeff, we got another great show tomorrow night. We got great shows all this week. I think we got Sinbad coming on with us this week. Yeah. Not sure what time
we have. Him enough to get him on the show. I was like, Sinbad, send email. Suk? Scotty, yesterday, I was sending an email. Scotty goes like this. He texts me, he goes, Suk, yeah, that's not how you do it. You need to attach the document to the email.
Send them the documents, Suki. Tony Pace joins us tomorrow. He is a guy from Vegas. He's a Vegas entertainer. He's a singer and impressionist, Suk. He's one of those guys. He sounds like Sinatra, does impressions, and he's going to be great. We may have a celebrity or a surprise celebrity tomorrow. We'll see. But Nikki Blonsky was great. Man, she was.
Love Nikki Blonsky.
I love Nikki. I may have to cut the clip of her singing Baltimore and put that back up. But,
yes.
All right, Suk, we're done, I think.
Another great show, Scotty, in the books. We pull it together. You know what? We got to thank our Facebook friends for coming, joining us every night at 7 o'clock. Scotty and I are thinking about our schedule for Memorial Day. We might take Monday and Friday off. I don't know.
Can we, Suki? Can I have a day off?
I think we need a day off, guys. We're just going to put it out there Friday and Monday. We might take the long weekend.
I may put together a best of. I'm not kidding. I'm going to put
together.
Could do
a best of reel for all of you. Yes, Sinbad is going to be on tomorrow, so hopefully you guys.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure about tomorrow, but it will be this week.
Yeah, we were actually in talks with his publicist, so we'll make that happen this week.
What, Suk? When you talk to my publicist, will you give me Friday and Monday off?
When you talk to mine, Scotty, can you make that happen too?
We'll
work it out. I'm trying to get Albie Shore on. Do you guys know Albie Shore? He texted me back, so We'll get Albie Shore back on, and you guys know who else you're interested. You know, we should talk to Jeff. What is his name? The ventriloquist guy? Yeah, we should try and reach out to him. Yeah,
he's very good.
Yeah,
very good, Suki. And maybe listen while we're
Paula Giordano wants to ask her big brother Bill Giordano how he liked the show.
Maybe you'll hear from Grandma Stanford sometime along the way. She's been a big hit. Grandma Stanford needs a little shave. I got to tell her to shave before she comes on here.
All right, Scotty. Good seeing you. Good night, everybody.
Me upstairs. Good night, babe.
Bye-bye.
Adios, amigos.